It's till tip-off. We will get to the starting five here in just a few short moments. But at this point, we can go ahead and kind of break down this game here. Matt, last year I kind of got a little preview of Garden City, but unfortunately, Garden City lost a lot of players due to graduation or due to advancement to a different level, whatever it may have been. But I'll tell you what, Garden City lost a lot of players last year, and that will be an interesting one to see how they kind of bounce back from that. And we will dive deeper into that as well as we go through it. For now, we will take a quick step aside, 2-minute break as we pay our respects to the anthem. When we come back, we'll break down the game and get right into it here on 98.1 KUSN.
Patriot Chevrolet of Bartlesville was just voted the #1 auto dealership in Bartlesville. And for our appreciation, now through the end of the year, Patriot Chevrolet of Bartlesville will offer the public our Chevy employee discount. You pay what we pay and not a penny more. Get employee pricing on new 2018 Silverado 1500 trucks. That's $14,000 off MSRP. $14,000 off new 2018 Silverado 1500 trucks. Patriot has new Chevrolets priced as low as $10,995. And at Patriot Chevrolet, your vehicle comes with the Patriot Pledge. Get engines for life. During the month of December, Patriot wants to give back. For every vehicle purchased, Patriot will donate a bike to a child in need. Patriot Chevrolet, Southeast Adams Boulevard, Bartlesville, or online at bartlesvillechevy.com. Chevrolet, find new roads.
Patriot Chevrolet,
Bartlesville. Silverado stock 180147, MSRP 46310, Spark 190081, voted by Bartlesville Examiner.
Helping you move forward. That's what Coffeyville Community College does. Whether you want to increase your ability to advance at work, learning to earn a 2-year, or just want to expand your horizons, Coffeyville Community College can help. And CCC is flexible, offering a traditional college setting. Fast 8-week classes or even online classes. CCC can meet your needs your way. Call CCC at 620-251-7700 or visit them online at coffeyville.edu. We are Coffeyville Community College.
A celebration is in order every time CCC comes to play, and you can trust Gillum Liquor to back it up with an endless cooler filled with your favorite pick of ice-cold beer, or choose something from the vast wine selection to help you relax and wind down after an exhilarating CCC game. Whatever your pleasure, Gillum Liquor is always in for the win. Gillum Liquor, 1713 West 8th Street in Coffeyville.
Welcome back here into the pregame show as we find ourselves in game number 2. The Lady Red Ravens get beat in game number 1 against the Garden City Lady Broncbusters. As we move forward, the men's game just about ready to get underway. We're a couple minutes away from that. We'll have starting 5 in just one moment. Let's go ahead and compare the teams on paper. Again, it all comes down to what you can do when you get out onto the hardwood, but we'll look at things in terms of statistics. Right now, Garden City coming into this game with a 3-game losing streak, losing to Allen County, Otero Junior College, and Cowley County Community College last week on the 8th by 10. So right now, kind of in a skid on their season. Not only that, but they've lost 5 of their last 6. They've also struggled on the road. They're 2-2, and they're 1-2 within the Jayhawk Conference, putting them at 6-6 on the year. They average 80 points a game, so they can score certainly well, but they're also giving up about 72 points per game, which is exactly what Coffeyville wants to hear, because Coffeyville, in comparison, scores about 88 points per game. Shooting on the floor, they shoot very similar. Both teams right at 48%. Coffeyville shooting a little bit better from beyond the three-point line, and I think this is a huge differential, is that Coffeyville not only has 1-2 good three-point shooters, basically everybody on the roster can step back from three-point line and knock it down. They are 42% from three-point line compared to 31%, and very similar, a 60% for Garden City from the free throw line and 67 for Coffeyville. They distribute the ball about the same, about 17-18 assists per game, so you definitely know they are a shoot-first-minded type of team. Both of these teams, they come down, they like to find the open shot, whether it's 5 seconds into the shot clock or whether it's 25 seconds into it. Both of these teams like to find an open jumper, whether it's 25 feet, 45 feet, whatever it may be. Both of these teams can knock it down. In terms of Garden City, there's a couple of players that you really want to look out for. I had mentioned this earlier before we had gone to break. Garden City lost a lot of players to graduation or to advancement last year. Who they did not lose is Richard Cruikshank. Cruikshank will come into this game, a sophomore, 6 foot at 165 pounds. out of Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Certainly that player to keep an eye out for this year for Garden City. Number 11. He will be a force to reckon with on the year. Is an 87% from the free throw line. He averages about 14 points per game, which is the leading scorer on the team. So again, Cruikshank will be that man to keep an eye out for on this evening as we get ready for the starting five. Again, we got 20 minutes fresh up on the clock this evening. We'll have two halves to play in comparison to the 4 quarters played by the ladies. Again, we will get underway here in just a few short moments. We'll get now to that starting five for both of these teams. We'll start with Garden City first. The opposing at 6 and 6. They come into this ball game with number 3, Jacoby Pearson at 6 foot. The guard, freshman out of Duncanville, Texas, will be coming in there, followed by Traylon Spencer, number 4 at 6'8". Number 14, Stephen Samuels at 6'8", coming in there as well. And at number 24, Cassius, coming in there as well. And the other guy, he kind of ran off the court a little quick, so I'll have the round out to the starting five for Garden City in just a moment. But more importantly, let's get into that starting five of your Coffeyville Red Ravens. He was player of the week in the KJCAA in week number 5. Tevin Brewer, 5'8" point guard, coming in, a sophomore out of Fort Smith, Arkansas, rounding it out. A man who struggled through the first couple of months of the year, but man, he blew up over the weekend. 30 on Sunday, and a good game against Pratt as well. Casey Benton coming in at another guard position, 6'3" sophomore out of Clarksville, Arkansas. Number 3, your leading scorer on the year per game, Marvin Johnson at the strong forward position out of Ardmore, Oklahoma. He's coming in at 6'6", a sophomore that's 190 pounds. Then we've got a couple of freshmen to round out the starting five. We've got, we'll start with, Manny Crump, number 23, 6'8". Again, that will put some size out there on the floor, which they're going to need it. Garden City has plenty of size, and then they round out the starting five with a freshman that's really surprised everybody this year. Out of the Bronx, it's Mikkel Murray, number 25, a 6'6" freshman. He will definitely be a force to reckon with tonight. It's going to be a fun one. Again, I'm alongside Matt Dick. I'm Sam Speck in partnership with CCC Television. This is 98.1 KUSN. Red Raven basketball back on the air, and we are just about ready to get going. Coffeyville moving from left to right to start this ball game. They're in their all-white home uniforms with the red Raven lettering and numbering on there as well. Garden City comes in all yellows with the brown and black accent as well. Questionable on the color combination there, but hey, it is easy to see the numbers. I will give it to them there. Garden City comes away with the tip. That's Pearson that gets the tip. Now it gets it back up on top. That's Cruikshank. Cruikshank now tries to get it down low to this low block, and Garden City does a turnaround jumper there. That was Woods. Woods got nowhere to go. Instead, actually finds his man Pearson, and Pearson gets it up and in. And a good job there by Garden City to get the first couple of points on the boards there. 2-0 as here comes Tevin Brewer. The left-hand dribble kicks it down to Johnson. Down low to Crump on the low block. Crump turnaround, up and in, and easy with the right hand, ties it at 2.
And Crump uses his size, and great job by him down low. Easy baby hook, and now it's tied.
Garden City
with the ball.
Yeah, Garden City will bring it up. They break that full court press pretty easily. We'll keep an eye on that. We saw it in the ladies' game as well, but how well does Garden City adapt to that 2-1-2 full court press? As here's the Broncbusters now. They get it down low, tipped away. Benton gets the steal. He comes up, almost tipped away from him. Try to get it out to Johnson. Now he does. Johnson will kick it right back to Benton, and instead of taking the 3, he'll slow it down. Gets it back up on top to Brewer. Brewer now to Crump. Crump back to Johnson. They're just kicking it beyond the 3-point line. Johnson wanted a 3, instead pulls it back down. 10 on the shot clock to Casey Benton. He drives into the paint. Floater. That one falls, and a nice teardrop from 5 feet. And Coffeyville in the lead.
And like you mentioned earlier, Casey Benton has been tearing it up this past week. Surprised if he doesn't get the nod for KJCCC Player of the Week. Like you said, 30 on Sunday, and just an amazing performance off the bench for him against Pratt. You know, he didn't start too much at the beginning of the season, but now Herkelman put him in that starting rotation.
As Garden City wants a 3 in response. That's the big man Woods stepping out from about 35 feet. Questionable shot on the 3. That's no good. Coffeyville will take it. They come down now in transition. Benton to Brewer. Brewer wants a 3. And Tevin Brewer gets him on the board. 7-2. With 2 minutes passed here in the first half.
The number one thing that excites me about this team is the willingness to pass the ball around and find the open man. Casey Benton wanted the mid-range jumper, but finds Tevin Brewer wide open from deep, and more often than not, he's going to knock those down.
So unselfish is Coffeyville. As here's Garden City trying to get it down low, and a great penetration defense lands the basketball in the hands of the Red Ravens. Here's Brewer now. He'll bring it up from left to right, finds Murray. Great step into the paint, up and in, and a great juke move there by Murray. Makes it now 9-2, and a timeout is called by the first-year coach, Patrick Nee. We'll take a 30-second timeout ourselves. 17:25 to go in the first half. Coffeyville up 9-2 on 98.1 KUSN.
Ho, ho, ho. It's Alamosa Amy here, letting everyone know Lay's Archery and Guns is having a closeout sale. Closeout sale on all 2017 bows with 25% off through November. Hurry before they're gone. Lay's Archery and Guns also has a great selection on Case brand knives. Case knives make the perfect stocking stuffer for any stocking you have to stuff. Christmas shop in the country at Lay's Archery and Guns, west of Coffeyville on County Road 1250. Lay's Archery and Guns wishes you happy holidays.
Well, it is the holidays, listeners, and if you're out there right now needing something to do, it is free admittance into tonight's game. It is Coffeyville Community College gift to you, as this is the last home game before we head off to the holiday break. But again, if you're out there not having anything to do within the town of Coffeyville, come on by to Nellis Hall. Here as Garden City comes down and quickly up on the board, turnaround jumper. That's Steven Samuels putting it now back to a 5-point lead, 9-4, though CCC up on top. 17 minutes to go in the first half. They'll swing it around here in these few minutes. Benton almost gives it up on a bad pass. Johnson able to recover it and gets it right back to Casey Benton. He'll reset the offense. 15 on the shot clock now with the right hand dribble to Benton. He'll drive it inside the paint, and he gets called for the charge.
And right there, kind of a questionable call, but you hear Jay Herkelman say, move the ball, find the open man. Casey Benton demonstrated that earlier in the game to Tevin Brewer for a wide open three, but right there, try to do a little too much by himself.
Yeah, Krushank will bring the basketball up now. He gets it to Pearson. Pearson's pass is intercepted. Johnson and the slam. Marvin Johnson breaks the backboard. No, not literally, but I'll tell you what, shakes it down. Makes it 11-4 with 16:30 to go. Here's Garden City. If the backboard actually breaks, I will probably blow out your speakers of excitement. So that did not happen. But here's Garden City. That basketball's tipped out of his hands by Benton, and it lands in Manny Crump's possession. So CCC gets it right back as Crump hands it to his guard. Here's Tevin Brewer. Brewer will bring it up with the right hand. Now kicks it to the corner. Johnson, beautiful pump fake, finds a deep two from 25 feet. That's no good as he was wide open, though an offensive rebound by Crump. And Crump takes one too many steps as he tries to regain his balance. He gets called for the travel there. Still up by 7.
And to go back to the great play by Marvin Johnson, stepping in that passing lane, using his long strides, easy two, and a crazy slam right there. Great job by Coffeyville to keep their foot on the gas early in this game.
Yeah, here's Krushank, a guy who can definitely change that momentum very, very quickly for Garden City. Gets it down low. The big man puts it up, draws the foul. Marvin Johnson gets called for the contact there. And heading to the free throw line for the first time tonight here is Garden City. So we'll see our first see with that as it's Jacoby with that as well heading to the free throw line. Again, I had mentioned a lot of size on Garden City. 6'9" heading to there right now. Garden City last year, they had 2 7-footers.
And to go back, like you said, one thing that Garden City is going to be able to match up well is the size that Coffeyville has. They have a lot of height, like you said, 6'9" that I'm reading off, 6'8", a bunch of 6'8" people. And, just like us, our tallest guy is 6'9", so even matchup in size, but right now, Tevin Brewer is one of those people that says size doesn't matter.
Exactly. And Kabi goes 1 of 2. And on the inbounds, Krushank takes the ball away from CCC, tries to get it down to his other players. And they're going to finally get it out to R.J. Pear now to the lefty who wants a 3. That was Krushank once again. That's no good off the side of the iron. And Red Ravens now recover it back. But again, going just 1 of 2 from the free throw line there. Resulted in that fast break transition. Still just 11-5 after only going 1 of 2. Here's Marvin Johnson for CCC, moving from left to right beyond the 3. Now he drives. That ball tipped out of his hands. Kicks it out now to Benton, who barely hangs on to the possession. Benton's 3-point shots off the back of the iron, no good. And a travel called on the inbounds, I believe. against Garden City. So kind of fortunately going with them. They're getting the break. Again, we saw that a lot in game number 1, but Kabee gets called with the travel as he came down, just trying to regain his balance and took one too many steps, and Coffeyville gets it right back. Here's Brewer on the inbounds, kicks it way out to Benton to restart the offense. Benton back to Brewer. And they'll just swing it from beyond the three-point line. From guard to guard they go. Now down low to Johnson from the three-point line. Gets it now back out to Tevin Brewer. Brewer, pull-up jumper with a hand in his face. That was even contested, and he makes it look easy for the three-point shot.
And to me, one of the things that impresses me is that Tevin Brewer is one of the best catch-and-shoot players I've seen at the JUCO level. Right there, like you said, contested from deep. Hits the three right in the face of the much taller defender. You know, he's only standing at 5'8". He's only 1 inch shorter than me. He's going out there balling. Already has 6 points and 2 assists. He's doing a great job. And Anthony Jones is going to check in for the Red Ravens.
In fact, a whole fresh 5 legs checking in as the 5 minutes has passed here. So, yes, indeed, a full fresh 5 new substitutions out there for Coffeyville, including Tony Hudson, Quan Marshall, A.J. Webster, Keon Queen. And as this one's actually stolen away by Quan Marshall. Great job. And Anthony Jones, again, rounding out those fresh 5 out there. Anthony Jones now with the pass after Quan Marshall gave it to him. He goes right back to Marshall, and Marshall will kick it back out to his strong forward. That's Anthony Jones. Back out to the point guard, Marshall. He's from about 40 feet straight away. Doesn't really have a shot, so he'll reset the offense. 10 seconds on the shot clock. They get it down to the low block to Queen on that far block. He goes in, and it's stripped out of his hands. Great defense there by Garden City. They take it away. Here's Samuels in transition. Samuels up on top to Pearson. Pearson drives to the right hand. That one gets tipped out of his hands and goes out of bounds, and they're going to say it hits off of Garden City last. Coffeyville gets it right back.
And right there, a lot of fast break opportunities for both sides. Keon Queen trying to post up. Strips the ball, but great job. Way to get back on defense and cause the easy turnover.
And the inbounds now went from Marshall up to Jones. Jones back to Marshall. He wants a 3. No, and he wraps in. My goodness. From this angle, looked like it was going to skip off there. No, it toilet bowls its way in. Quan Marshall gets up on the score ledger, making it now 17-5. Here's Garden City in response. The Broncbusters would like it in that piercing yellow. I'll tell you what, it is vibrant out there on the hardwood. Here's Garden City again, starting it with Pearson. He drives left hand, finds a lane, draws the foul, and does a great job getting to the basket. Does not hit it, but it'll be 17-5, trying to make it now a double-digit, or just a 10-point lead with a pair of free throws here.
And if you weren't going to say it, I was going to say something. Kind of looks like highlighters out there. Really bright and vibrant. Distracted me from calling the game correctly. Just a little joke, you know. But the uniform's very interesting. I kind of like the colors, but yellow and brown mixed together, you know, it's not very appealing to the eyes. But, you know, Pearson at the line knocks down the first one. He was at a hard foul, almost got the N1. He's been very productive getting down low, but he just can't seem to get anything to go. But he does get the next one to go. And now they're only down by 10 with under 14 minutes to go.
Yeah, again, it just moves it now to a 10-point deficit. You had mentioned Pearson, just a 60% free throw shooter. He knocks them both down there. So 17-7. Here's Coffeyville now. Almost a high pass there to Marshall, but he jumps up athletically, saves it, now kicks it to Jones. Jones for 3 from 40, maybe 45 feet. Jones makes it look easy, 20-7. On the long-distance three-point shot. Here's Cruikshank. That will bring it up. Cruikshank with the left-hand dribble. Now gets it to his big man. That's Kabee right in front of us. Kabee now will get it into this corner to Woods. Back to Kabee. He's still beyond the three-point line, standing right on Jay Herkelman's side. Now he gets it back up on top to Pear. Pear wants the jumper, and Pear knocks it down. In fact, they're going to say he was beyond the three-point line, and that's their first. Back to a 10-point lead as the Red Ravens will bring it up. Here's Jones. Left-hand dribble and to this forward, directing the offense as a point guard would. They'll kick it to Tony Hudson. They're trying to get him an open shot. Hudson looks down low to Queen. Queen turn around with the right hand up off the board and in. And Keon Queen, you don't see too much action, but you'd love to see that out of him every time he gets it.
And that's so true. The last home game against Barton, you saw a lot of him, you know, fumbling the ball and kind of letting it loose. But there, nice grip on the orange and got the easy 2.
Here is Cruikshank getting it over to Pear. Pear wants another 3 in Garden City, knocks it down. And that one, again, was pretty highly contested. Coffeyville had fairly good defense. From now on, you can't even give them 6 inches like they did. And I'll tell you what, knocks it down 22-13, and you got to keep an eye on number 10 as well. Again, I mentioned Cruikshank. But Pear tonight is proving to be a difficulty for Coffeyville's defense. Here is CCC, 15 on the shot clock. They get it down low to Queen. Queen goes up, trying to draw the foul. Up and in, and nicely done. Trying to get the contact, but he gets the basket anyways. With 11:30 to go in the first half, here's Garden City to respond.
And that was a great job by Queen, once again, using his body, using his size. You know, it's not a complete mismatch, but he just knows how to work in the post and an easy two for the Red Ravens.
He does. Here's Cruikshank. Cruikshank gets it over to Samuels. Samuels wants a three, and that is 3 straight drives by Garden City. They come down, step in front of Coffeyville's defense, and they knock down a three, 24-16 after the tray there. With 11:05 to go here in the first half of play, Quan Marshall brings it up, and Marshall draws the foul. And a blocking foul over there by Deshaun Woods. And that will result, I believe, in their first team foul. That's something remarkable through the first 9-10 minutes of this ball game. They have not committed any personal fouls. That's their first one. And right now, he's not really in agreement with the officials. I'm not sure. The Garden City and the officials kind of having some back and forth words right now. But again, for the first 9 minutes to limit your team to only one team foul, that's a pretty good number, as Jones will inbound it to Marshall. Marshall close up to half court. He's guarded closely by Cruikshank. Cruikshank knocks it out of his hands. And now Marshall needs some movement from the offense. Again, tipped out of his hands from Cruikshank, but Jones picks it up for CCC. Jones to Hudson for three. Kicks it in the corner, no good. And Hudson off the miss, gives it back to GCC. And they'll bring the basketball up. That's Cruikshank in the corner. The lefty has the basketball in that far end. He'll bring it back up on top. Now to the big man, Kabi. Over to Pear, down low. That basketball hits off of a foot and goes out of bounds. I think they say it hit off of Webster last. So CCC will give it right back, up by 8. Garden City will inbound it from their own baseline with Cruikshank as well. Cruikshank will bring it up from the baseline. Now bombs it out to Pear from center circle. So the inbounds is successful. Garden City struggling to find any penetration, and those open shots, though. There's another one. Pear wants a three. No good, though, off the side of the iron. Offensive rebound, and they go up and draw the foul. Again, you've got to get those rebounds. More importantly, though, you can't allow, whether it's Pear, Cruikshank, or whoever, to have too much space from beyond the three-point line.
And that's so true. You saw Pear knock down 2 contested threes there, wide open, just couldn't get it to go. But on the last 3 of their possessions, 2 of them were threes, and that's one way to get back in the game is, hitting threes. And we're kind of responding with the deep, mostly going on an inside presence. As you see number 4, Spencer, knock down both with almost 10 minutes to go in this first half.
Yeah, you can tell a drastic drop-off, really. I'm not sure. Normally, the depth of this team is very good where they can go to their starting 5 and then go to the 5 on the bench as they get it to Queen. Queen tried to pass it out, and they're going to say it tipped off of Garden City, then Queen, and out of bounds. So Garden City gets it right back. They're on a bit of a run here. They're only down by 6. But again, this 5 out there on the floor right now looking a little bit flat-footed, as it may be time for Coach Herkelman over here to substitute another 4, maybe a full 5. I'm not sure. Here's Cruikshank on that far side beyond the 3. Now the lefty drives. Great defense from Quan Marshall. Stripped away. Marshall brings the basketball up. Kicks it into the corner. Tony Hudson for 3. No good. Keon Queen on the offensive rebound. He goes up. That one, a lot of contact. Trying to get it to Hudson. They're going to say no foul down low, but I believe Hudson is going to have that one run into the media timeout. So that will run it into the media timeout. I believe CCC will have the possession when we come back. They're up by 6 right now. They had a good run to start it, but Garden City coming back. We'll take a 60-second break. 9:42 to go here on 98.1 KUSN. Back in a minute.
Oh, no.
What's wrong?
I'm trying to take care of my banking and the internet's down.
So what's the problem? Just give Dana a call at Community State Bank and she'll take care of it in person.
I don't bank at Community State Bank. It's an online bank. My bank's not just down the street. It's in, well, I'm not really sure where it's at.
Wow, I wouldn't bank anywhere but Community State Bank. They have great online and mobile banking services, so I still do most of my banking online. But when I need it, it's sure great to talk to somebody I know face to face.
Hi, this is Dana from Community State Bank. We offer all the convenience along with the services you want and need, and even throw in a friendly face to help you personally when you need it. Community State Bank, Coffeyville's only locally owned and operated bank.
Keep it simple with great food at great prices. That's what you'll find at Simple Simon's Pizza in Coffeyville. Oh, yes, you'll find great pizza and a whole lot more, like calzones, wings, breadsticks, and sandwiches. Stop in today for a Coffeyville favorite, the Simple Simon's Lunch Buffet. Simple Simon's makes it easy for you to dine in, carry out, or delivery. Simple Simon's Pizza, 807 West 11th in Coffeyville. Simple Simon's, simply delicious.
Out of the media timeout, we got 9:42 to go here in the first half, and the starting five back out there on the court for Coffeyville. Again, they're moving from left to right. I'm Sam Speck alongside Matt Dick. Happy to have you with us as Johnson gets the pass from Brewer. He gets it back out to Brewer. Brewer now to Benton. Benton thought about a three, instead dives in. Great pass to Crump. Crump up and in, and a slam. Puts it down, and he breaks the defenders back 26-18 after the slam, and a huge difference you see in that starting five compared to the other five. Here's, my goodness, very quickly, Garden City in transition. Up, no good on the first try on the layup. Try to get their second time, and a great defensive push there from Coffeyville. They'll be now in transition. Full court pass down to Crump from Johnson. Crump can't knock down the first one. Gets his own rebound. He's got nowhere to go. And he kicks it now back out to Johnson. They'll slow it down. Johnson to Brewer from 40 feet for three. Kevin Brewer knocks it down. And again, Matt, drastic difference from the starting five.
And that's so true. You see this unit working together so much better, free-flowing, finding the open man. Casey Benton thought he was going to go with the floater on the Euro step, finds Manny Crump, great slam, and then Marvin Johnson finds Kevin Brewer wide open. He is now 3 from 3 for deep, so great job. And then the Broncbusters break through the defense, easy two for them.
Yeah, that was just a great give-and-go pass right there. They found a wide-open man on the low block. Easy 2 points there for Woods, so now it makes it back to a 9-point lead for CCC. They've got the basketball. Manny Crump with it beyond the three-point line. Now he drives into the paint. Down to the low block to Murray. Murray tried to draw a foul, and I was surprised to hear that call come so late. But Mikkel Murray will head to the free throw line. Again, that's only the second team foul committed tonight by Garden City Community College, but it was very late in the call. Again, he created a lot of contact there. Doesn't look like they're giving the Broncbusters a whole lot of foul calls on this one. That's just their second as a team, and Murray puts up the first one and does not knock it down. So again, you've got to hit these as a team. Just shy of 70%. Mikkel Murray on the year, though, a bit subpar of that, 46% from the free throw line. So Murray will get his routine done after the basketball is returned to him. He does knock down the second one, so back to a 10-point lead. 30-20, 8:05 to go in the first half. Garden City with the basketball. They'll bring it up from right to left. They get it to the guard. That's Samuels. Samuels back up on top to Pearson. Pearson with the basketball. He dribbles left. Gets it to Samuels. Now to Cruikshank. Cruikshank to the big man, Khabib. Khabib wants a three. And if you're 7 foot and you can knock it down from there, you're going to be pretty darn good at basketball. As he makes it a 7-point lead. Here's Benton now for CCC. Benton to Brewer as they reset the offense.
And one thing that you like to see in this day and age of basketball, those stretch bigs, those guys that can, not just do it down low, but do everything, even hit the three.
Yeah, speaking of a big, there's Johnson for three. No good, but an offensive rebound, and Mikkel Murray has his second chance opportunity swatted away. Great defense from Garden City. In response, that one's swatted away, and they're actually going to say it was called a foul. And questionable on the foul call there, but physical between both of these two teams. Garden City putting up a pretty good fight here. Jacoby Pearson heads to the free throw line for a pair.
And that's so true. You see this team, not giving up, giving a lot of pressure, especially on the fast break. Pearson, he's been blazing with that speed, getting to the line with regularity. He's doing a good job there. They're knocking down some threes. They're only down by 6 after Pearson just hit his first. At first, this looked like a runaway game until Garden City said, hey, we're not done yet.
Exactly. They are wanting to play. And first-year coach wants a timeout as they now put the separation down to just 5, 30-25, 7:20 to go in the first half. We will take a full minute break, 60 seconds aside, back here at 60 on 98.1 KUSN.
When it comes to a time of loss, more folks around here trust and rely on the David W. Barnes Funeral Home. It could be because of their compassionate care. It could be because of their guaranteed superior service, or maybe because of their fair and honest prices, or just maybe for all of these reasons, more folks trust the David W. Barnes Funeral Home during a time of loss. The David W. Barnes Funeral Home at 306 North Klein in Coffeyville, an independent, family-owned business.
a time to relax. That's exactly what we want bath time to be at Windsor Place. Throughout the Windsor Place communities, we have created spas with resident comfort in mind. Beautiful colors and interesting decor create soothing environments where our specially trained staff meets individual bathing preferences. We offer a multitude of bathing experiences, from whirlpools and showers to basin and towel baths. To learn more about bathing and other choices available at Windsor Place, call 620-252-4929.
Out of the timeout, Coffeyville just with a 5-point lead. It is 30-25 here as we are well over halfway through the first half. 7:20 to go. I'm Sam Speck alongside Matt Dick. Happy to have you with us in partnership with CCC Television. This is 98.1 KUSN, your home for Red Raven Athletics. They've got the basketball, CCC. Speaking of, they got their starting five out there on the floor. Tevin Brewer, the point guard, now kicks it to Quan Marshall. Marshall not a part of that starting five, but still works very well with Tevin Brewer. Brewer now down to Crump, and he gets called for the travel as he makes a nice move in towards the paint, but it's illegal. Takes one too many steps, and he turns it over. Here's Krushenk now in Garden City again looking to run. My goodness, they just come down full head of steam. He'll slow things down. The point guard, Krushenk, the sophomore again. Now he'll kick it on over. Back up on top to Krushenk. Krushenk over to the far side. That's Pearson. Pearson's got nowhere to go. Good defense there by Marshall. Now back up on top to Krushenk. Krushenk will look to the right side. Samuels back to Krushenk. Great penetration defense. 5 on the shot clock, so he's got to force a 3, and Krushenk stares down the bench, and he makes it just a 2-point lead, 30-28 with a defender in his face. Garden City, I believe, last year got one win against Coffeyville, and it was a tough one as well, and I believe it was on this same court. So they are very familiar with taking down Coffeyville here. Marvin Johnson wants a step-back 3, and Marvin Johnson with a defender in his face makes it look easy. 33-28, and I think that's what this game's about to turn into, is just a 3-point battle at this point. Garden City, Coffeyville, they both have a lot of good size, but, man, the shooters have come out tonight. 33-28 as here is Garden City. Nice move to Krushenk. Krushenk down low to Pearson. Pearson up and in, and another easy 2 points. Back down to just a 3-point lead.
And right now, you just see everyone hitting everything.
They are.
Back in the day, about 10 years ago, if you were shooting threes contested, that was a bad shot. But now, that's a shot you see regularly.
It is.
And we're hitting them, and so is Garden City. And right there, another great shot. We're up by 5 with under 5 minutes and 30 seconds to go in this first half.
Yeah, Mikal Murray with an easy layup there after great passing by Tevin Brewer. Now here's Garden City in response. They'll bring the basketball up. That's Spencer. Spencer takes one too many steps, and great defense again there by Coffeyville to force him into a little bit of pressure. Takes too many steps. Now up by 5, 35-30. Coffeyville now will have to face, looks like a full court press is what Garden City will be implementing, as it also looks like they need to do some repairs to the court. Maybe some sweat or something out there, but they need to get it all dried up. We'll take a peek. Anybody that would like to know the Thunder score right now, get beat just by 1 as they inch closer to halftime. 43-42, the Pelicans right now over the Thunder, as OKC trying to just scrape that win on the road against a tough Pelicans team, though they've struggled on the year. OKC right now doing fairly good on the year. They inch closer to halftime, as do we. 5:05 to go here in the first half. Here's Coffeyville now in response. They're up by 5. They would like a little bit more cushion heading into halftime, no doubt about it, especially against Garden City, who can shoot the ball well. They'll kick it around the 3-point line. Here's Johnson. He drives the right hand. Johnson kicks it to Crump on the baseline. Crump's got nowhere to go with it, so he'll kick it back out to Johnson. Johnson's got 5 on the shot clock. He wants a 3 with a hand in his face, and Marvin Johnson knocks it down, making it look easy. Up by 8 once more.
And once again, we see the evolution of basketball. Back then, in the 80s, it was cool to dunk, do 360s. Now it's cool to shoot step-back jumpers from deep. And that makes kids, by height, want to play basketball instead of, being 7 foot and dunking it all the time.
Yeah, and a great pass down low. Finds an easy basket there for Garden City. I'm not sure what is going on with the defense here, but Coffeyville right now getting taken advantage of. We'll take a quick 30-second step aside. They are up by 6, 38-32, back in 30 here on 98.1 KUSN.
Move forward.
You can by becoming a part of the Acme Foundry team in Coffeyville. Acme Foundry has current openings for CNC machinists and entry-level foundry positions. Acme offers competitive wages, benefits including medical and dental, and a retirement plan through employee ownership. Acme moves careers forward by promoting from within. Find out more. Apply in person at Acme Foundry, 1502 South Spruce Street in Coffeyville. Acme Foundry, an equal opportunity employer.
Welcome back out of the timeout. Coffeyville really just needed to really discuss their lack of defense here. Not necessarily lack thereof, but really allowing too many open jumpers. And right now, Garden City is too talented of a shooting team. As the foul and the one, I didn't think that was ever possible to go in. Marvin Johnson with almost a clown shot there, but he's able to kind of direct his body in the correct position. He gets the floater up and somehow makes a 15-footer while drawing the foul. And Marvin Johnson, I'll tell you what, if their leading scorer isn't the one to step up here in this first half, I don't know really who else has been. They've had their ups and downs as Marvin Johnson does not knock it down, but normally a good playing defensive team, they are allowing Garden City to knock down way too many jump shots. As here now is Pearson in response after the missed three-point opportunity. Pearson gets it to Spencer. Spencer has that one stripped from his hands by Crump. Crump takes it coast to coast, and Manny Crump slams it down. Back to a 10-point lead. And you got to love that about Coffeyville, though Pearson wants a three. That one's up no good. Brewer gets the rebound. Coffeyville can put a bunch of points on you very quickly. Brewer up to Johnson, and Johnson is no good, but they're actually going to call a charge on Tevin Brewer. So the whistle was blown before it even gets to Johnson there. I believe that will send Anthony Jones out there. Yes, it will. Tevin Brewer with his second personal foul through this first half. Yes, he can score a lot of points, but that's one thing he has struggled with through these first few games. It's those foul numbers. He gets to about 3, maybe 4 entirely too early in this ballgame, and another timeout taken by Garden City, as it's basically from one run to the next is what it's been. We'll take a full 60-second timeout. Coffeyville back on a good run. They're up by 10, 42-32. Back in 60 seconds on 98.1.
Industrial strength for your home? You can get it at 4 State Maintenance Supply in Coffeyville. The same quality products the big companies use are available for retail sale at 4 State Maintenance Supply. From cleaning chemicals to paper products, even upright vacuums. A lot better than you'd find at the big box stores. They can last up to 10 years or longer, and they cost a lot less than you'd think. Run your house like a business, getting more value for your money. Shop 4 State Maintenance Supply on North Klein in Coffeyville.
Hey, Raven fans, coming into town for a game? Make it a great weekend. Reserve your room at Coffeyville Sleep-In and Suites, Coffeyville's premier home away from home. Enjoy plush, clean accommodations, a free continental breakfast, indoor pool, Wi-Fi, and superior staff and services. Ask about special AARP and military discounts. Coffeyville Sleep-In and Suites, a proud supporter of the Red Ravens.
Out of the timeout this time from Garden City. Cruikshank will bring the basketball up. Now he'll kick it around to Samuels. Samuels back up on top to the big man. That's Woods. Woods strong with the right hand. Now they'll get it to the baseline. Back down low. Swatted away. Great defense there from Jones. And Coffeyville gets it right back. After the swat, Marvin Johnson with the possession. He drives right hand. That one's taken out of his hands. And the pickpocket results in a 2-on-1 here for Garden City. Up and in with the foul. Garden City did a great job drawing the foul, and then somehow Pearson has that one falling for 2. He'll head to the free throw line for a 3-point opportunity.
And Pearson, you know, he's got to be the fastest player on the court right now.
Oh,
he is
easily
blazing through these defenders right now. He had numbers, 3-on-1 fast break, but he's like, hey, let me take this, gets the and one, but does not convert on the free throw. It's 42-34 with almost 3 minutes to go in this first half.
And Marshall now will get the basketball, bringing it up for Coffeyville Community College. With the right hand, he beats everybody on the defense. Then he kicks it out to Jones. Jones will kick it out to Johnson. Johnson thought about a 3. Now he drives, draws the foul, and will head to the free throw line, I believe, for a pair of shots, though he does not knock it down. So it will be 2 guaranteed shots. That's another personal foul against Deshaun Woods, the 6'8" freshman. And again, if you're Coffeyville, you got to take advantage of the size and try and get them into foul trouble, whether it's Cassius, Steven Samuels, Stuart Wasonga, or Deshaun Woods on this evening, or even as well as Jacoby You got to get those guys with size out of there and then just narrow it down to the shooters, because there's going to be a point where this Garden City team gets off of their run and they're going to have to change up the game plan. But as of right now, Garden City is totally in this ball game. Down by 8. Jones gets the inbound here for Coffeyville. Up, no good with the right hand, off the miss on the layup. Garden City gets the rebound. They'll bring it up with the right-hand dribble. Far side, now they'll slow things down. Back up on top with Pearson. Pearson on that far side with the right hand. Now he gets it down to Cruikshank. Cruikshank over in front of us to Samuels. Samuels down low. Great pass and the slam to Spencer. As Spencer way too open down on the low block downtown, just to a 6-point lead. As Quan Marshall will bring the basketball back up here for CCC. 2:24 to go in the first half. He's stuck into a double team. He gets it away to Keon Queen. Queen to Jones. Jones, nice pump fake. Jones will kick it out to Johnson. He wants a three. That one's no good off the side of the iron and tipped away out of Garden City's hands. Or I believe, I'm not exactly sure. He made a couple of different notifications, I think. They said it hit off of Garden City. Yes, it did. So it hits off of Garden City last, and Coffeyville will hang on to it, as the official, again, was pointing all over the place there. But either way, Red Ravens get the inbounds. Johnson to Marshall. Marshall down low to Queen. He's on the low block. Turn around. Muscles his way with the 2 points, and he will head to the free throw line for a chance at 3.
And right now, Keon Queen has done a good job this game. He's 3 for 4, I believe, from the field right now, and gets an and one opportunity. He definitely looks like a different player, maybe kind of using this to build his case to crack that starting lineup next week. But the person that has really drove this team right now is Marvin Johnson. You've seen him hit deep threes. You've seen him hit circus shots. You've seen him get the nice slam, the steals, and the assists. He's done a great job. And, of course, you know, he's a sophomore leader for this team. Why? Number one reason why they're number 3 in the nation.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Here is Garden City in response off of the missed free throw there by Queen. Kind of a questionable floater is missed. And Marshall now puts it up. And I believe Marshall does a good job drawing the foul, though his shot is missed. I believe Quan will be heading to the free throw line for a pair of shots. That one's coming against Richard Cruikshank. Definitely the man that you'd like to see in foul trouble. That's just his first personal and the team's 6th. Coffeyville's done a good job limiting that number, as, again, they had gotten to a handful of fouls through the first 10 minutes of the game. These past 9 minutes, they've only added 2. They're at 18 fouls. And Coffeyville put Garden City into the bonus just a few moments ago, but Quan Marshall will head to the free throw line for a pair of shots, I believe.
And right now, Quan Marshall, that was a great job by him, but we didn't announce it. Marvin Johnson went up for an athletic putback slam. Didn't count, though. Marshall's going to go at the line, but Marvin right now imposing his will down low, doing pretty much anything he wants to this Garden City team, and he's just been beasting and feasting, in my opinion, right now. Marshall's going to miss the first one. Under 2 minutes to go, up by 8. 44-36 is your score. Let's see if Marshall can get this second one to go.
And he does. He does just that. And again, he's right on the team average, about a 67% free throw shooter on the year. He makes one of them, and he puts it back to a 9-point lead. 45-36 with $1:35 to go here in the first half of play. Garden City breaks the full court press. Not very easily, though. They bobble their way over half. Cruikshank now over to the far end. That's Spencer. Spencer now to Pearson in front of us. Pearson thought about the shot, tried to get it back down low to his big man Spencer. Instead, he'll take it back up to center circle to reset. 5 on the shot clock. Try to get it to Spencer. He gets it to him. Spencer drives and called for the travel. Great defense. Again, they wasted that entire shot clock and they didn't get a shot off. Great penetration defense down low by Coffeyville.
And Spencer, that's a couple traveling calls on him now. He's tall and lanky, you know. Usually people can't control their body size, and right there proving again that he can't, you know, move his feet without moving his hands first.
Yeah, and a great steal here by Pearson. Somehow he goes up and takes that one away from Johnson, though he can't come down and make the layup. So unfortunately there for Pearson, made a great athletic play, but he can't make the 2. Now in response, here is Queen. Queen on his way to the basket, gets fouled hard. And my, oh my, Keon Queen, my goodness, looks like they had a major target on his back. But he'll be heading to the free throw line for a pair of them. Not the best free throw shooter they've got out on the floor. He's a 55%. But hopefully trying to walk away with just 1 here, maybe 2, and put him up by double digits.
And right now, Keon Queen, he's been playing very physical, doing a great job getting down low. Right there, just a really hard foul by Cabiz. I feel like it was just, maybe not targeting, but getting frustrated that they're just imposing their will down low, doing pretty much anything you want. Keon Queen does get the first, so they are up by double digits, but he does not get the second.
And here's Krushenk now off of the rebound for Garden City. Gets it to Kabi. Kabi has to kick it back out. Now back up on top to Pearson. He drives. Kicks it down low to Spencer. Spencer on the low block. Nice turnaround. And I believe they're going to say a foul on Keon Queen. They're going to say he used a little bit too much of his lower body, his leg, I think. I'm not exactly sure what the call foul there was. Not too much contact. Certainly not even close to half of what the contact they put on Keon Queen on that last play. But since they are in the bonus, that will send Spencer to the free throw line, I believe, for just a 1-and-1, as they are one foul away from the double bonus. First one up, knocked down from Spencer, made it look easy. So he puts it back to a 9-point ball game. It is 46-37. Stick around with us during halftime. We'll take an extended break, but when we come back from that extended break, we'll break down the first half. Speaking statistical, we'll take a look at the numbers as well as give you a key to the second half. And if you're Coffeyville, it's time to defend the three-point ball. No doubt about it. That has been their biggest downfall. Now only up by 8, 46-38. With a maybe half a second differential between the shot clock and the game clock, though a nice quick shot there by Johnson, though the layup doesn't fall. So they don't get the hometown call there. Now Krushenk has to bring it up for Garden City. Shot clock is dead, and there is 10 on the game clock. Looks like they'd like to take a timeout. They will. 30-second brief timeout. We'll take one ourselves. Coffeyville only up 46-38, though Garden City gaining some momentum. Back in 30 seconds.
Helping you move forward. That's what Coffeyville Community College does. Whether you want to increase your ability to advance at work, learning to earn a 2-year, or just want to expand your horizons, Coffeyville Community College can help. And CCC is flexible, offering a traditional college setting, fast 8-week classes, or even online classes. CCC can meet your needs your way. Call CCC at 620-251-7700 or visit them online at coffeyville.edu. We are Coffeyville Community College.
We are just 10 seconds away till we head to halftime. Coffeyville only up by 8 as Garden City continues to make a run to try and put this one within just 2 possessions. 2 shots is what they're trying to make it by a 6, maybe even a 5-point lead. Krushenk will have the basketball, the point guard for Garden City, most likely for the rest of this half. Instead, he actually hands it off to Pearson. Pearson wants the 3 as time expires. No good. Off of the back of the rim, and that will be it for the first half of play. 20 minutes have passed. Coffeyville is up 46-38. So kind of a rocky road defensively. Again, obviously, offensively, they are right on cue. 46 points, that's right about their season average at this point, as they average 87 points per game. So, if anything, they're a little bit above their season average on the offensive side. But, man, they are allowing way too many open shots, and Garden City is taking advantage of them. Krushenk, Pearson, Pear, they are all knocking them down from distance. And it's really affecting Coffeyville right now. They only have an 8-point lead. Matt, before we send it off to break, Coffeyville certainly could have had an easy 15-point lead at this point, but Garden City just doesn't want to go away.
And that's so true. They're doing a good job, especially Pearson. He has been maybe not lights out, but definitely imposing his will down low. He's not the biggest. He just stands exactly at 6 foot, but he's going in there, getting good, doing a good job. He's got a couple and ones, been consistent from the line, hit a couple threes. He's just been using that blazing speed, finding wide open people. And, of course, the man that kind of started a run, R.J. Pear, he hit 3 threes in a row, and they were all contested. They weren't open at all. He did a great job. But the person that I think that has done the best out of anyone on this team is, of course, the man, Krushenk. He has been a quiet leader. He has been able to move around the ball, done a great job, just been an extension of the coach, and that's what I like to see from a point guard, especially on his sophomore year at a JUCO level.
Yeah, he will definitely be a man to look out for. Not only that, but kind of concerning heading into halftime. There is more than one guy to look out for the defense of Coffeyville. As you had mentioned, Pear, knocking down those shots from three. In fact, we'll go ahead and look at those stats here in just a couple of minutes as well in terms of three-point shots, shooting from the field as well. Right now, Garden City and Coffeyville shooting very impressive from the floor. Coffeyville up over 60% right now. Again, we'll take a deeper look at those numbers coming up here in just a few short minutes. For now, we'll take an extended break. We'll take a 7-minute step aside here on 98.1 KUSN. We'll take a quick break here. 7 minutes again is the step aside time. When we come back, Matt and I will break down this first half a little bit more, looking at the numbers as well as give you keys to the second half and what Coffeyville can do. More defensively, again, offensively, they look great tonight. They're utilizing the big man. They're getting it down low. They're knocking down shots, shooting very efficiently from the floor and from the three-point line. But we'll break down those keys to the second half from the defensive standpoint when we come back. Again, 7-minute steps aside. That's Matt Dick. I'm Sam Speck. Nathan Ray back in the studios. It's halftime. We're up 46-38 here on 98.1 KUSN.
Patriot Chevrolet of Bartlesville was just voted the #1 auto dealership in Bartlesville. And for our appreciation, now through the end of the year, Patriot Chevrolet of Bartlesville will offer the public our Chevy employee discount. You pay what we pay and not a penny more. While supplies last, Patriot Chevrolet of Bartlesville will offer hundreds of used vehicles up to 75% off original MSRP. Cars, trucks, vans, SUVs, all specially marked up to 75% off original MSRP. You pay what we pay and not a penny more. During the month of December, Patriot wants to give back. For every vehicle purchased, Patriot will donate a bike to a child in need. Patriot Chevrolet, Southeast Adams Boulevard, Bartlesville, or online at bartlesvillechevy.com.
Patriot Chevrolet.
Bartlesville. 75% of 2012 Buick Enclave stock number PC1115, original MSRP 39715, voted by Bartlesville Examiner.
Hi, I'm Matt Vasgersian with another little-known legend of sports. In 1993, the Canadian Football League expanded, and for the first time in its long history, the North of the Border League added a team from the United States, the Sacramento Gold Miners. The following year, Las Vegas, Shreveport, and Baltimore were also awarded CFL franchises, and the Las Vegas Posse and Shreveport Pirates joined the league. But the Baltimore franchise found itself with an unusual problem. The team intended to use the nickname Colts, but were barred from doing so by a court injunction that had been secured by the NFL's Indianapolis Colts, who of course had previously used the name when they were in Baltimore. So the CFL's Baltimore franchise played its first game on July 7th, 1994 without a name. And incredibly, the expansion team without a moniker beat the Toronto Argonauts 26-20. Baltimore eventually adopted Stallions as its nickname, but it really didn't matter, as in 1996 the franchise moved to Montreal and became the Alouettes. That bit of CFL history gives us today's little-known legend of sports. I'm Matt Vasgersian.
What's in store this holiday at your local Staples?
It's a printer wonderland.
Because right now at Staples, save $100 on the Epson EcoTank 4750.
Epson EcoTank printers come with up to 2 years of ink right in the box.
That's up to 2 years worth of printed reports, proposals, and letters to Santa.
Up to 11,000 pages.
Plus, trade in your old printer and get another $50 off.
Staples, there's a whole lot in store this holiday.
Ends 12/15/18. See associate for details.
Sweet strawberry icing. You're in Goodwill, and just past that vintage denim jacket you spot miniature donut earrings. You lean in. Ah, that's the scent of shopping success. Because at Goodwill, every item you buy funds local job training and more. So bring home those donut earrings and bring home so much good to your community. Goodwill. Bring good home. Brought to you by Goodwill and the Ad Council.
A celebration is in order every time CCC comes to play, and you can trust Gillum Liquor to back it up with an endless cooler filled with your favorite pick of ice-cold beer, or choose something from the vast wine selection to help you relax and wind down after an exhilarating CCC game. Whatever your pleasure, Gillum Liquor is always in for the win. Gillum Liquor, 1713 West 8th Street in Coffeyville.
Ho, 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 it's Alamosa Amy here, letting everyone know Lay's Archery and Guns is having a closeout sale. Closeout sale on all 2017 bows with 25% off through November. Hurry before they're gone. Lay's Archery and Guns also has a great selection on Case brand knives. Case knives make the perfect stocking stuffer for any stocking you have to stuff. Christmas shop in the country at Lay's Archery and Guns, west of Coffeyville on County Road 1250. Lay's Archery and Guns wishes you happy holidays.
Oh, no.
What's wrong?
I'm trying to take care of my banking and the internet's down.
So what's the problem? Just give Dana a call at Community State Bank and she'll take care of it in person.
I don't bank at Community State Bank. It's an online bank. My bank's not just down the street. It's in, well, I'm not really sure where it's at.
Wow, I wouldn't bank anywhere but Community State Bank. They have great online and mobile banking services, so I still do most of my banking online. But when I need it, it's sure great to talk to somebody I know face to face.
Hi, this is Dana from Community State Bank. We offer all the convenience along with the services you want and need, and even throw in a friendly face to help you personally when you need it. Community State Bank, Coffeyville's only locally owned and operated bank.
Keep it simple with great food at great prices. That's what you'll find at Simple Simon's Pizza in Coffeyville. Oh, yes, you'll find great pizza and a whole lot more, like calzones, wings, breadsticks, and sandwiches. Stop in today for a Coffeyville favorite, the Simple Simon's Lunch Buffet. Simple Simon's makes it easy for you to dine in, carry out, or delivery. Simple Simon's Pizza, 807 West 11th in Coffeyville. Simple Simon's, simply delicious.
When it comes to a time of loss, more folks around here trust and rely on the David W. Barnes Funeral Home. It could be because of their compassionate care. It could be because of their guaranteed superior service, or maybe because of their fair and honest prices, or just maybe for all of these reasons, more folks trust the David W. Barnes Funeral Home during a time of loss. The David W. Barnes Funeral Home at 306 North Klein in Coffeyville, an independent, family-owned business.
How is Windsor Place different? We invite you to come meet our staff. While much of the long-term care industry is plagued by high staff turnover, Windsor Place is blessed with many long-time employees. From administration to nurses and aides, we have many staff members who have been providing quality, compassionate care to Windsor Place residents for years. It's easy to see our residents are always a top priority. Find out why Windsor Place is a great place to live and work. Call 620-252-4929.
Move forward. You can by becoming a part of the Acme Foundry team in Coffeyville. Acme Foundry has current openings for CNC machinists and entry-level foundry positions. Acme offers competitive wages, benefits including medical and dental, and a retirement plan through employee ownership. Acme moves careers forward by promoting from within. Find out more. Apply in person at Acme Foundry, 1502 South Spruce Street in Coffeyville. Acme Foundry, an equal opportunity employer.
Industrial strength for your home? You can get it at 4 State Maintenance Supply in Coffeyville. The same quality products that big companies use are available for retail sale at 4 State Maintenance Supply. From cleaning chemicals to paper products, even upright vacuums. A lot better than you'd find at the big box stores. They can last up to 10 years or longer, and they cost a lot less than you'd think. Run your house like a business, getting more value for your money. Shop 4 State Maintenance Supply on North Klein in Coffeyville.
Raven fans, coming into town for a game? Make it a great weekend. Reserve your room at Coffeyville Sleep Inn and Suites. Coffeyville's premier home away.
Down both of these teams. We'll start with the hometown Red Ravens. Coffeyville 18 of 28 from the floor tonight. That is a remarkable 64% shooting from the floor this evening. They are 7 of 12 from three-point land. That is 58%, just shy of 60%. And then their least most impressive statistic is from the free throw line. You got to bump these numbers up, no doubt about, but they're just 3 of 8. Not only that, but you'd like to see them at the free throw line a couple of more times, as they're just shooting 37% from the free throw line. Now, in terms terms of Garden City, not too much, not too much worse in terms of numbers. 54% from the floor. They're 12 of 22. They are shooting 50% from three-point land at 5 of 10, and a remarkable 82% from the free throw line as a team right now, as 9 of 11 of their shots had gone in. In terms of a number that's kind of concerning, but both of these teams are doing it a number of times as well, those turnover numbers. Coffeyville forcing Garden City into 10 turnovers, but they also gave up 9 turnovers as well. Though Coffeyville doing a little bit differently, they have scored 16 points off of the turnovers that Garden City has given up to this point. So right now, that's kind of their biggest thing. Matt, it has been an impressive showing out there in terms of in terms of three-point value. Right now, Garden City has scored 15 of their 38 total points from beyond the arc, and Coffeyville is at 21 of their 46 total points from beyond the arc. In the second half, I don't see why you'd stray away any differently. You've got the hot hand on both sides. Coffeyville's got some great shooters. We know that. And now we've seen in this game, Garden City has got a handful of shooters. Do you think that's the way that the second half's really going to go?
I believe the way the second half is going to go is they're just going to find someone open. Most of these threes, the reason why there were so many is they were just wide open. Tevin Brewer, he's 3 for 3 from deep, and all the shots that he's taken are from deep. So he's done a good job getting open on the perimeter. Marvin Johnson, he was twice made three-point shots. He was 2 for 3. He scored 10 points, only person to crack double digits for Coffeyville. But something else he has done good, he's find the open man, 3 assists already. That's something that I feel like he has improved drastically from the year before. Last year, he would try to drive too much. He tried to do too much with the ball, not find, maybe get 1 or 2 assists. He's already got 3 in this first half. He averages around 5, which is a jump from the year prior. He's done a good job. But the guy that I think has done the most is Keon Queen. He has done a good job. 3 for 3 from the field. He's only cracked the free throw line 1 for 3, so 33%, not very good. But he has done great on the offensive side, getting down low. He doesn't have any rebounds, which is surprising. Actually, he has 2 rebounds. And another thing that has surprised me about this team, offensive rebounding, 5-2. We are winning that battle, and 14-10 on total rebounds, doing a great job there. But back to the amazing shooting for the overall team. When you're shooting above 50%, that's amazing. When you're shooting above 60%, you're blazing from the field. So great job by them. And I believe the number one thing that it's going to be, like you said, is who can get hot coming out of this first half.
Yeah, it was an impressive first half. We had a couple of players get up to double digits, one on each side. Marvin Johnson, you had mentioned his name. He's got 10 as well. He's your leading scorer for Coffeyville after the first half. Tevin Brewer in a close second with 9. All 9 of those points coming, we mentioned, from three-point land. Now, the other 10-point holder is Jacoby Pearson, number 3. Pearson is a player that just kind of came out of nowhere in this game and has started playing well and kind of taken over the driver's seat for Cruikshank, as Cruikshank through that first half only 3 points. He has been able to distribute the ball well. He's got 3 points and 3 assists as well. But then we also look at a player, R.J. Pear. Pear went 2 of 3 from three-point land, so they've got a handful of shooters for Garden City, and I think that's the way that they're going to need to approach this. They stayed in this ball game. Really, Coffeyville had every chance in the world to kind of walk away and get up big, and their defense really allowed Garden City to get back into it. And I don't want to say really get back into it because there was a lot of three-point shots that Garden City put up that were highly contested. Coffeyville has played, against spotty defense. There's been a lot of areas where they could certainly improve on, and we'll see if that conversation was made in the halftime locker room. But, again, Garden City has got way too many shooters. I think you change directly to man-to-man, and you don't give them an inch from the second that they get the basketball from the baseline up until they're at the three-point line. I just don't think that you give them any room to get comfortable, any room to make a shot. So we'll see what they do. We've got a fresh 20 minutes up on the scoreboard. Teams have switched sides. Coffeyville again coming out in their all-white home uniforms. They got the red accent with the lettering and the numberings as well. And then Garden City in the highlighter yellow. My goodness, as bright as could be, yellow with the brown accent as well. Half number 2 underway. Coffeyville moving from right to left on your radio dial. This is 98.1 KUSN for Red Raven basketball here through the 2018-2019 season. Johnson with the inbounds. He tries to drive on the baseline. Instead, kicks it out to Benton. Benton wants a 3. Casey Benton wraps it around the rim and knocks it down. And wasting no time, they get back up now by 11, 49-38. And very quickly, again, up by double digits. That's the kind of cushion that you would want, especially against a team like Garden City, who can put 6, maybe even 9 points up on you within a matter of 30 seconds. Here's Pearson. He wants to drive. Left hand, pull-up jumper from 10 feet. That's no good off the back of the iron, and Benton comes away with the rebound. Now he'll come it back up. Doing it all himself now with a left-hand dribble. Kicks it over to Brewer. Brewer wants it. Now back out to Benton for another tray. Knocks it down. Casey Benton makes it look easy, 52-38, and Coffeyville, I'll tell you what, I don't know what the conversation was, but they have come out shooting, and they're knocking them down here. Here's Cruciate bringing it up for Garden City. Just now a minute has passed, and Coffeyville already with 6 unanswered points up on the board. Nicely done. As another steal by Casey Benton, though a bad pass up to Marvin Johnson gives it right back to Garden City. Questionable full-court pass there by Benton results in a turnover. And here comes the Broncbusters. They'll bring it up, the left-hand dribble. They get it now. Nice give-and-go pass from Spencer to Cruikshank, and Cruikshank makes that look easy. Untouched on his way to the basket, makes it 52-40. As here comes Brewer once again. My goodness, great give-and-go pass there. Beautifully executed by Garden City. How does Coffeyville respond? They're with the basketball now. Benton down low, tried to find Mikkel Murray, and Murray was on a different page. That pass goes straight into the hands of Garden City. They come down. Pearson with it. Now he goes back out the three-point line. Pearson to Spencer to the point guard, Cruikshank. Cruikshank now drives. Lefty pulls up from 25 feet. No good. And that one's going to hit off of Garden City and go out of bounds. But, again, that right there, those were the type of shots that were falling for Garden City. Cruikshank had a hand in his face, and that right there, not getting the roll, those were the shots that they were getting in the first half.
And that's so true. And one thing that we both mentioned is who's going to come out firing in this second half? It's definitely been Coffeyville, 2 for 2 from deep right now. Casey Benton put on a show, and Manny Crump's going to go to work. The great turnaround, hook shot off the backboard. Great job by Manny Crump. You also saw him get a couple of slams and really impose his will down low in that first half.
Yeah, he did a great job there. Good job putting it up off the boards and in, making it back 14-point lead. 17:30 to go here in the ball game. We'll get it down low, trying to take it away there, but instead Garden City will get back some traction and drives, but I believe they're going to say that it tips off of Tevin Brewer and goes out of bounds. So again, the shot did not go up. There will remain 11 seconds on the shot clock. Down by 14, and Pearson will inbound it here for the Broncbusters. They get it out to the point guard, Cruikshank. Pull-up jumper, quick three, put up is no good, and that rebound kicks off a Garden City last and goes out of bounds. Again, those were the types of shot that were falling in the first half. Right now, Garden City coming out a bit cold feet in this second half, and Tevin Brewer will bring it up now for Coffeyville. He'll slow things down. That's a smart move. You'd like to see the clock management here from Coffeyville. And that one's going to tip off of Marvin Johnson and go out of bounds. That right there is a great individual defensive play as Cruikshank just came in and kind of blinded Marvin Johnson from a clean catch. And obviously Johnson couldn't handle the pass. It goes out of bounds. Now here's Garden City back with it. Cruikshank creating some turnovers. Can they create some points off of it? Garden City finds Pearson up on top. Now back to Cruikshank. He finds Spencer on the low block. He tries to get the turnaround. Kicks it back up on top. That's Samuels. And the bank shot is up and in. And he knocks that one down. Or excuse me, Deshaun Woods on the basket there for Garden City. Makes it now 54-43. Again, you cannot get stagnant if you're Coffeyville. You got to consistently get these points little by little here in this ball game to finish it. Manny Crump wants the two. He goes up and forces his way in, but an even stronger defensive play there by Traylon Spencer. Spencer didn't give up an inch. He didn't draw the foul. And more importantly, he didn't give up the basket. Coffeyville now will have to inbound it as it hits off of his hands and goes out of bounds. They'll find Johnson off the inbounds. He's got nowhere to go with it. So he kicks it back up on top to Benton. Benton to the low block to Crump. Crump, the Kareem hook shot. That's no good. And that one is an air ball. So he gives it right back to Garden City. Garden City now will bring it back up. They're down by 11 with Cruikshank on the possession. The lefty now will dribble right. He looks down low, and that pass goes wide of everybody, and he tried to get it down low to his big man, Woods, and they were in a bit of a miscommunication. Woods went left. Cruikshank wanted him to go right. That one goes out of bounds, and Mikkel Murray to inbound.
And Cruikshank, he's one of the leaders of this team and kind of cold feet in the first and start of this second half. Hasn't really done anything. Almost got a steal right there. Mikael Murray getting it back, got his own offensive board, and passes it back up to Manny Crump. But like I was saying, he, is known for his scoring, hasn't really done anything. He's kind of been stagnant, stiff, and right there, the turnover, almost a turnover for Mikael Murray, but the careless pass tried to get it in there for Woods, but, like you said, they're on two different pages.
They are, as here's Benton now on the inbounds, gets it over to Brewer. Brewer thought about going down low, 10 on the shot clock. He drives to the left hand, great pass to Mikael Murray, but I believe they're going to say it was a charge on Tevin Brewer. I am very surprised at that. That'll be his third personal foul, so he'll make his way to the sideline as Quan Marshall makes his way out. Didn't quite get to the full 5 minutes for the substitution there, but I'm sure we will see a fresh 5 legs out there here fairly soon for Coffeyville. That's normally how Coach Herkelman likes to do things. Speaking of that, we would like to keep in mind a countdown is on. With the win tonight, that would put Coach Jay Herkelman 6 wins away from tying and 7 from breaking the winningest coach in Region 6 history, beating out Francis Flax. We'll keep an eye on that countdown as we get closer to it. We won't hit it till 2019 as Garden City with a great give-and-go pass down low off the block. He does not knock down the layup, but he will head to the free throw line for a pair of shots. But again, we are on that countdown. Once we're under 10 games there, you got to start the countdown. Certainly he won't break it even close until we hit 2019. But it is on the spectrum, and looking at how Coffeyville's playing this year, it certainly seems if they don't win another 8 games, it was a drastic blow-up on the season because they look good. I don't think they may lose another game this year if they play like they have against maybe Hutch or Butler or Barton, excuse me. Second shot put up. He does knock that one down, so he goes 1 of 2 from the strike this time, and he puts it back to a 10-point lead here for Coffeyville. Coffeyville breaks that 2-1-2 full-court press, and a pass for Mikael Murray, trying to find Johnson, and Johnson forgot about the basketball. He just slips in and out of his hands, and again, these are the kinds of mistakes that we saw both in the ladies' games, and now it's kind of, melting off here into the guys' game. They're traveling, they're dropping the basketball, they're passing it away. Just subtle mistakes that could certainly drastically change the score of this game in favor of Coffeyville, and they're still up by 10 as Garden City sets Spencer again. Spencer gets a nice pass on the low block. He turned around and made the hook shot look easy, and now they're back within 8. So under double digits now with 15:05 to go in the first half. You got to get these 5 off the court right now. I'm not sure what the deal is with CCC, but you got to get those fresh 5 out there as Marshall now looks to Crump on the near side baseline. Crump goes inside. Nice move up and in. Inside the paint he goes, and Manny Crump finally gets it back up after Garden City goes on a good maybe 6-7 point run there. And there is the fresh legs we were speaking about heading towards the substitution table. That's Queen, Webster, Hudson, and Anthony Jones as well. Garden City now with the basketball. They swing it around the 3-point line with Pearson. Pearson drives right hand into the paint. Floater. And that's no good. Trying to get his own rebound, but Benton comes away with it. Here comes CCC in response. Nice pass to Murray. Murray up and in. And a great layup there. Unselfish play by Coffeyville. Casey Benton on an easy assist and an easy 2 points for Murray. Garden City now in response. They want to bring it up with Cruikshank.
And right there you saw a good pass. And then a turnover by Pearson. Let's see if they can get another fast break score. And then Cruikshank, they were trying to go for the oop to Marvin, but just kind of bodies him up, throws him into the ground. But, easy foul call right there. And like you said, fresh legs for the Red Ravens. You got Anthony Jones, Keon Queen, A.J. Webster, Tony Hudson, and Quan Marshall still going to stay in there. This off the bench 5 was doing very well, especially with Keon Queen. Like we said, did not miss a single shot in that first half. Marshall with an athletic layup, and a great job for him getting on the scoreboard.
Yeah, great job to kind of adjust his body in the air as Marshall goes up, puts another 2 points on. Now they're back up by 60 to 46 as Kabee now brings it back down and gets it on a low block to Spencer. Spencer has nowhere to go. Great defense, though they find an open 3 from Pearson. Pearson's shot is no good, and now a 2-on-2. Anthony Jones tried to get it to Hudson, and again, Jones not very aware of what's going on. He almost had that basketball stripped out from behind him. And a nice job there by Tony Hudson to drive on that far side. And Cruikshank charged with another personal foul. That's his third. And again, Richard Cruikshank will be heading to the sideline. That is an important player for Coffeyville to keep in mind, especially where his foul numbers are at.
Exactly, and like we said, he's mostly known as a leader of this Garden City team, and now he's in foul trouble. He hasn't done very much. Maybe, bringing in Pear, he knocked down 2 threes, kind of started their big 10-1 run in that first half. Maybe he can get started and see. But Webster with the ball is going to kick it out to Marshall.
Marshall wants a 3. No good, though. Keon Queen up and in on the tip-in. Keon Queen using his height to his advantage right there, even with Kabi on the floor. He goes up, oversizes everybody, 62-46 after the shot was made there. The crowd getting involved. And again, I had mentioned it's a free admission tonight. Stolen away by Jones, 3-on-3. Kicks it to Hudson. 4-3, no good. Though Keon Queen, I believe, going to be charged with a push on the other side. Now they're going to say it's on Anthony Jones, so the foul on the rebound results in this basketball going back in favor of Garden City.
And like you said, great job by them to, just kick around the ball. And Keon Queen still perfect from the field, getting that tip in. Let's see if he can keep that streak going. It'll be pretty impressive if he stays perfect all night.
And Cruikshank will bring it back up here for GCCC. He'll get it over to Kabi now, still be on the three-point line, now back up on top with Pear. Pear to Kabi. They go back down low to the other big man on the low block, and they're going to say that's an over-the-back call on Webster. So A.J. Webster called for the foul. Looked like he had his hands straight up. That's the plea he's trying to make. But again, he gets called for the foul. That's with Songa back out there. He hasn't seen too much time this evening. In fact, I think these are his first few moments of the game, as that is the 4th team foul here in the second half. Great job to keep those numbers down as we almost hit the halfway mark. 12:24 to go here in the ball game, and Cruikshank wants a 3. He puts that one up and knocks it down, and way too much space over on that other end. Cruikshank knocks down the 3, 62-49. We'll take a full 60-second step aside. When we come back, we'll have more basketball here for you on 98.1 KUSN. CCC up right now by 13. Back in a minute.
Helping you move forward. That's what Coffeyville Community College does. Whether you want to increase your ability to advance at work, learning to earn a 2-year, or just want to expand your horizons, Coffeyville Community College can help. And CCC is flexible, offering a traditional college setting. Fast 8-week classes or even online classes. CCC can meet your needs your way. Call CCC at 620-251-7700 or visit them online at coffeyville.edu. We are Coffeyville Community College.
A celebration is in order every time CCC comes to play, and you can trust Gillum Liquor to back it up with an endless cooler filled with your favorite pick of ice-cold beer, or choose something from the vast wine selection to help you relax and wind down after an exhilarating CCC game. Whatever your pleasure, Gillum Liquor is always in for the win. Gillum Liquor, 1713 West 8th Street in Coffeyville.
And out of the timeout, we find ourselves still here, 62-49. 12:18 to go here left in the ball game. Happy to have you with us. I'm Sam Speck alongside Matt Dick on 98.1 KUSN. Your home for Red Raven basketball all through the 2018-2019 year. A full-court man-to-man press being put on here by Garden City. Coffeyville now having to try and break it. Here's Quan Marshall taking a lot of time to try and get it up over half. He does find Hudson, and they do get it up over the center circle. Marshall, again, he is pressured very closely by Cruikshank. Richard Cruikshank not giving an inch right now. Great defense over there. Now I find Hudson. Hudson to Jones. Jones has that one tip off of Kabi's foot and goes now in favor of Garden City. And they're going to say that one is charged with too much contact. Again, just an easy call. Obviously, the crowd was involved behind us if there was a no call, but Terror gets called on the contact there. That's his first personal foul. That'll be the 4th team foul here through the second half. We'll have an inbound here right in front of the scorer's table.
I think he got a little confused. This isn't football. He tried to go for the stiff arm, trying to do the little Heisman pose. Shout out to Kyler Murray for winning that, but J.J. Pear just...
not football.
Yeah, definitely not football. The easy call for the officials.
Jones drives to Queen. Queen turnaround jumper from the low block makes it look easy. 64-49, and a great job there by the big man putting up the extra 2 points. 64-49 again is the score. 11:33 to go here in the ballgame. Cruikshank brings it back up. He's guarded heavily by Marshall at center circle. Not giving up an inch, dribbling with the right hand. Now he looks right to Pear. Pear back up on top. Again, no penetration allowed. They don't need it. They want a three with Pear. From the corner, and Pear knocks it down. And a great job there from R.J. Pear, the 6-foot sophomore out of the Colony, Texas. Makes it look easy, and back now to just a 12-point lead. Coffeyville has enjoyed this little cushion, but again, with the talented shooters that Garden City has, you've got to keep tacking on the points. As Webster now gets to pass to Jones. Jones to Marshall in the corner. Marshall's got nowhere, so now he gives it right back to Hudson. Hudson wants a three. That's off the back of the iron. No good. Fighting for the rebound is Queen. Queen back to Hudson, and Hudson goes up, draws the foul, and will be heading to the free throw line, I believe, for a pair of shots. Beautiful job there by Keon Queen. Queen, more importantly, 0 personal fouls, if not maybe just 1 through that first 30 minutes of this ball game. And more importantly, those are what you need that size for. Physically taking that rebound away from him, and he gives Tony Hudson a chance for 2 shots.
And that's so true. Another key factor for Keon Queen, he is perfect from the field tonight. He's doing a good job getting down low, getting those tip-ins, and right there he just showed that he can get those easy offensive rebounds as Tony Hudson sinks the first one.
Yeah, and you say easy, it definitely looked easy. I'll tell you what, the strength and the physicality that's going on down there, you definitely need to be strong. Keon Queen proving it here tonight, something that he kind of lacked in last year as Tony Hudson knocked down the first one, though he can't hit the second one. And here's Cruikshank, will bring it back up for Garden City. The left-hand dribble, the point guard finds Kabee, still beyond the three-point line. Now to Spencer in the corner. Spencer back up on top to Cruikshank. Down low to Spencer. Nice pass up, no good off the back of the iron. Didn't get the roll, and Garden City gives it back up. CCC now back with it. Here's Jones, pull-up jumper from the elbow, knocks it down. Anthony Jones with a pretty jumper from about 25 feet.
And that's one of my favorite aspects of Jones's game. You know, it was a 3-on-3 fast break and just a beautiful pull-up jumper. No one had expected it. They expected him to pass it off, but great job by him. He has one of the best shots I've seen in a while.
Yeah, great awareness to find the shot. Here's Cruikshank. He wants a pull-up jumper from the baseline, and the lefty knocks down a 2 as well. Makes it 67-54. Now with 10 minutes flat, we should be inching closer towards a media timeout as Quan Marshall almost forced into a double team there. Nobody finds Hudson. Hudson drives, and Tony Hudson takes an advantage. Finds a lane, goes to the basket, and an easy 2 points. And Garden City now will inbound it. Cruikshank, he's guarded closely by Hudson, and taste of your own medicine, Coffeyville puts on that full court man-to-man defense and almost results in a turnover there. Garden City gets it up over half. That's R.J. Pear. Pear with the right-hand dribble next to center circle. Now to Kabee on that far side. Kabee back up on top. Now they'll kick it to Spencer. He wants a 3. The big man from the distance. And Spencer hits it. Knocks it down. 69-57 after the tray with 9:15 to go here in this ball game. Quan Marshall gets the inbound. He'll bring it up with the right-hand dribble.
And like you said, one thing that Garden City has proven time and time again, you got to get up right in their shooter's pocket and stop those wide-open threes.
And Hudson called for the charge. I do not agree with that call right there, and I'll end my discussion before it goes any further than that. But Tony Hudson gets an offensive rebound, and he drives to the basket, and they're going to call a charge on him. That is not a good call. That was an awful call. With that, we'll send it off to a break. We'll step aside for a quick 60 seconds. Coffeyville up by 12, 69-57. Back here in 60 with the final 10 minutes of this ball game.
Helping you move forward. That's what Coffeyville Community College does. Whether you want to increase your ability to advance at work, learning to earn a 2-year, or just want to expand your horizons, Coffeyville Community College can help. And CCC is flexible, offering a traditional college setting, fast 8-week classes, or even online classes. CCC can meet your needs your way. Call CCC at 620-251-7700 or visit them online at coffeyville.edu. We are Coffeyville Community College.
Red Raven football, 31 postseason bowl appearances, 3 national championships. More than 50 former Ravens have played in the NFL. Red Raven football, a tradition of excellence. Gillum Liquor in Coffeyville is proud of the hard work and dedication they've put in to establish a tradition of excellence with customers. The area's largest cooler and largest selection, along with a friendly staff ready to help. A winning tradition. Red Raven football and Gillum Liquor at 1713 West 8th Street in Coffeyville.
Well, out of the immediate timeout, Coffeyville still up by 12. It is 69-57 here on Jay Herkelman Court. Live at Nellis Hall, I'm Sam Speck alongside Matt Dick here on 98.1 KUSN. Your home for Red Raven basketball all through the 2018-2019 season. Final home game of 2018. Of course, we'll come back after the new year and play some as well. Not the final game. Coffeyville will play on Saturday all the way out in the hometown of Dorothy's house in Liberal, Kansas, as they'll play Seward County Community College. Here's Cruikshank now for Garden City. He'll bring it up for the Broncbusters. He'll hand it off to his man Pearson. Pearson now sets up the offense. They'll go back and forth from beyond the three-point line with Pearson, and Cruikshank. Now down low to Spencer. Spencer's got nowhere to go. Gets it back to Pearson. He wants a three. No, that was rather. Pearson on the rebound, though. Up and in. And I believe they are going to say that was just right in time. And I'll tell you what, a lot of action right over here.
Yeah.
As just about got slammed right there. The basketball comes up over there, but I think we're clean on this side. I don't have any water on me, but my goodness, the basketball came right up and over us, out of bounds. Coffeyville hangs on to the possession with it. Here's Casey Benton. Casey Benton now over to Tevin Brewer. Tevin Brewer's got nowhere to go with it, so he has to reset the offense. Great defense here by those two guards. Now to Marvin Johnson. Johnson's guarded very closely by Pearson. He's got nowhere. 5 on the shot clock. He wants to take it. The sophomore draws the foul and the basket. Marvin Johnson on the fadeaway 20-footer. That is good basketball right there. That was incredible.
To me, proves that he is ready to make the next jump to the next level. Wherever he goes, he's going to be a scorer no matter what. And this is his second trip to the line at an and one, and he converts it.
He does.
You know, he
Beautiful.
is just taking over this game right now. Usually Tevin Brewer is doing pretty good, you know, getting more points, but Marvin Johnson is definitely the man tonight, and he's doing a good job of it.
He definitely is. Marvin Johnson, the guy to look for, is Cruikshank will bring it back down for his crew. Pearson and Pear will swing it around. Now down low to Samuels. That one's up, and he gets fouled. And again, I'm not too agreeant of the foul. Or excuse me, Deshaun Woods was the one drawing the foul, and Woods now will head to the free throw line for, I believe, a pair of shots. That is the 6th team foul. Both teams with 6 fouls through the second half, so both one away from forcing each other into the bonus. As the first one here by Woods takes his time on the routine. It's up, no good off the back of the iron, as that one just goes up and out. Woods, a 61% free throw shooter on the year. He averages about maybe 1 to 2 trips per game, so certainly not the one to be at the free throw line very often, but subpar in terms of teams. So he knocks down the second one. He goes 1 of 2, so 50% from the strike this time. 7:45 to go in the ball game. Tevin Brewer will bring it up, and Garden City kind of shying off that full court pressure as Brewer gets it up over to Johnson. Johnson now to Crump. Crump up on top. Back over in front of us here to Brewer, but he's got nowhere to go. And they'll just swing it from beyond the three-point line. Brewer now to Benton. He tried to drive, and they're going to say an over-the-back call, I believe, on Spencer. And it is. So Spencer gets called with it. Traylon Spencer, the 6'8" freshman for Garden City, gets called with the over and back. And that, or not the over and back, the over-the-back call, as that will push Coffeyville into the bonus. Casey Benton now for a 1-and-1.
And right now, Coffeyville, just imposing their role, doing a good job, trying to get offensive boards. And Manny Crump almost got one off on him. They're just doing a good job playing physical, but I mean, they do have the 6 fouls, but it's a physicality without being too physical. If that makes any sense to the listeners out there, they're not being over aggressive to where it's like you're punching someone in the face, but it's where it's good defensive basketball.
And here's Pearson driving, and he draws a foul on his way in towards the paint. I believe that one coming against either Mikal Murray or Marvin Johnson, and it will be against Johnson. So Johnson's next personal foul. That will put the team up to 17 fouls. Officially in the bonus, I don't believe that that foul coming off the shot. So I believe it is a 1-and-1 I don't think it's 2 guaranteed shots. That's the second personal foul there for Marvin Johnson, and it is not. It's just a 1-and-1 here, and the rebound almost given up, but Manny Crump able to hang on to it there. Great job by the Red Ravens to get it right back. Crump gives it to Brewer, and he brings it up over center. He's guarded closely by Pearson, not giving him too much room. Brewer now to Benton. Benton swings it. They just swing it around the three-point line to Murray. Murray's got nowhere. Now he spins around into the paint, trying to do something with nothing, and doesn't get the layup there. And off of the miss, Garden City will get it right back. Here's Cruikshank bringing it back up over. Down by 12, 6:45 to go here left in this ball game. Now to Pearson, spin move into the paint. He goes, fadeaway jumper, no good, and Brewer comes away with a rebound. Here's CCC in response. He slows things down, wisely so, waits for the offense to set back up around him, and he's guarded closely by Pearson. Brewer really nowhere to go as he now kicks it into the corner to Benton. Benton back to Brewer, thought about a three. Instead, he wants to drive, and again, no penetration allowed here by Garden City. Gets it down low to Manny Crump, and Manny Crump's called with the charge. And again, this, I'll tell you what, this referee over here is trigger happy with the charges tonight.
And that's so true. Right there, I would have called that a blocking foul by Shankriff, or excuse me, Cruikshank. But that would have been his 5th. I think he has 4 right now, and I think it would have been his 5th. So I feel like the refs, kind of playing into that aspect of let's give Garden City a chance, but just another bad call.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, they've got 6 minutes, 19 seconds to make something out of it. They're just down by 12. Speaking of them, here's Cruikshank bringing it up with the left-hand dribble. It'll set up the offense. He looks left now. I believe that's Pearson over there. No, it's Pear, and Pear pull-up jumper, a deep 2, and he knocks it down. So R.J. Pear, even with a hand in his face, makes it now back to a 10-point lead. At this point, it's either time to get a fresh 5 legs out there or start something new, because obviously that man-to-man defense is working for Garden City right now. They try to get it down low to Crump. Crump, nice move. The floater with the right hand, that's no good. Hit off the rim about 3 times, and Garden City hits off their hands. Unfortunate to lose the possession, but again, Coffeyville on the miss right there, kind of allowing Garden City to stay in this ball game.
Yeah, in Garden City, they're still down by 10, but you kind of feel just a little shift of momentum. They're hitting some hard shots. They're doing a great job on defense right now. Coffeyville's kind of stagnant, not really getting any penetration like you said. And right there, great job by Manny Crump, though, to try to get that steal. It was off a Cruikshank, though.
Yeah, and here's the inbounds. Finds Johnson. He wants a 3. In the hand in his face, and Marvin Johnson knocks it down. And just like that, we're back to 75-62. Just when you thought he went on a cold streak, Marvin Johnson pops right back. Timeout on the floor, 30 seconds aside. We'll be back. Coffeyville up by 13. Back in 30 seconds on 98.1.
Ho, ho, ho. It's Alamosa Amy here, letting everyone know Lay's Archery and Guns is having a closeout sale. Closeout sale on all 2017 bows with 25% off through November. Hurry before they're gone. Lay's Archery and Guns also has a great selection on Case brand knives. Case knives make the perfect stocking stuffer for any stocking you have to stuff. Christmas shop in the country at Lay's Archery and Guns, west of Coffeyville on County Road 1250. Lay's Archery and Guns wishes you happy holidays.
And welcome back out of the timeout. It is 75-62. Big three-pointer knockdown by Marvin Johnson before we went to break. I'm sure Johnson will be a number that they will rely on for these next 5 minutes as they're still out there. I'm surprised the substitution was not made, so the starting 5 still out there. I'm sure we will see the secondary 5 coming out here in just a few short moments. Garden City now will bring it back up. They swing it around the three-point line with Cruikshank. Cruikshank wants a 3. The lefty is up, no good, and Marvin Johnson comes away with a rebound. Johnson to Crump. Full court pass. Crump up and in. And a great job there by Manny Crump. 77-62. Back to a 15-point advantage. Full court pass for Garden City. That one's up. Denied. Coffeyville on the block, and they'll get it right back. Red Ravens. I don't know what was said in that timeout, but it was the right message there from Coach, because they are coming out looking with a fire in their eyes, and Pearson on the foul there. Is a great job by Brewer to draw the foul against Pearson. I believe that will send Tevin Brewer to the free throw line for a 1-and-1.
And Brewer, after being really productive in that first half, has been kind of quiet. It's definitely been Marvin Johnson. This whole second half, he's knocking down pretty much everything he looks at. And right there, the play before, finding a great outlet pass to Manny Crump, and then Tevin Brewer finally getting some penetration on Pearson. He's been locking him up all game. and he does get the first one to go.
Yeah, he knocks down the first one, and he should. He's a 97% free throw shooter, and he averages about 3 to 4 trips there a game. He's one of their leading scorers. He's up over 10 points per game, and he didn't start out that way as he knocks down the second one. The first 3-4 games of the year, he was averaging maybe 8 to 10 points, and now he is right around that mark, averaging about 5 to 6 points with a few assists. Now he's up over 10 and well on his way towards 15 as well, as here comes Garden City with the basketball. They'll kick it now into the corner to Samuel. Samuel's back up on top. He gets it to his man, Kelly. Kelly now kicks it over to Pear. Pear with the right hand. Pull-up jumper from the free throw line. That's no good. He had 2 hands in his face. Great defense there from Coffeyville. Tipped out of his hands on the rebound, and they're going to say it hits off of Tevin Brewer last and goes out of bounds. So Coffeyville gives it right back up. 4:19 to go in the ball game. They're up by 17 now. So, again, that lead continues to kind of stretch out.
And right now, Coffeyville with all the momentum, they're doing a good job on defense, but they just can't get anything to drop for the Broncbusters, which is kind of frustrating to see as they kick it around the perimeter.
Yeah, and that one tipped out of his hands again. Tevin Brewer just disrupting the defense there. The Dancers had quite a bit of a scare right there. They had a basketball right in their grill. But great defense there from Tevin Brewer. Results in no penetration allowed and another inbounds here from Garden City. Garden City loses it again, and guess who? Tevin Brewer on the takeaway, and he gets fouled on his way over center. Tevin Brewer, Casey Benton kind of did a little tag team takeaway there, but Tevin Brewer walks away up and over the half-court line, and back to the free throw line he goes with another 1-and-1.
Tevin Brewer finally showing up in this game, getting to the line second time tonight. Like you mentioned, 97% from the free throw line. You know, they call them free throws, but a lot of players struggle at the line, but definitely not for this kid. He does a great job getting there and executing, and he does get the first to drop.
Yeah, the execution is key. I mean, you can get to the free throw line. We've all learned from Shaquille O'Neal. I think there's a great stat. If Shaquille had hit half of the free throws that he had missed, he'd be the second leading scorer of all time in NBA history. But that's how many free throws that he had missed. His teams would just put him there. They knew that he was going to miss it, but at the same time, an incredible stat. And it also speaks about how many points you really can score from the free throw line. Don't overlook it and knock down your free throws. Here's Garden City now. They'll bring it up in response. 15 seconds, shaded off that shot clock very quickly. Great defense by Coffeyville. They'll swing it around. Looks like they've got some younger guys out there. They get it down low to the low block. That one's tipped out of his hands by Mikkel Murray. Great defense, though it does hit off of Coffeyville last, and Garden City on the inbounds from their own baseline.
And to go back to Tevin Brewer at the line, I recently saw a tweet from the Coffeyville men's basketball that he took 30 minutes after practice just to work on his free throws. This guy's already a 97% free throw shooter, but he takes time at it, and he works on his craft, and that's one of the reasons why he's a great leader for this team.
Yeah, that's a difference maker right there. Speaking of him, he comes away with another takeaway, and he'll come up, gets the pass off to his teammate, and the foul was drawn there, so I believe Tevin Brewer will be heading to the free throw line for 2 guaranteed shots. If not, I believe maybe even a technical. I'm not exactly sure with what the separation may be here, but I believe actually Manny Crump will be heading to the free throw line. So it looks to be as number 32, a personal foul on number 32 there. And that one's going to be Stuart Wisonga. So Wisonga, 6'8", gets called. So a technical foul against Garden City. That's the first one that we've seen in this ball game tonight. Again, the big man was Songa, 6'8" over there. I believe we'll see him head to the sideline, but we will also see Cruikshank and Pearson head back out into the ball game, which they may be in foul trouble, but at the same time are the most effective players for Garden City at this point. Here's Brewer now. I believe not 1 but 2 free throws here for Brewer at the free throw line for Coffeyville. He knocks down the first one pretty easily there, makes it 82-62. So now they're up by 20. This is the largest lead of the ball game. Second one up and knocked it down. Coffeyville now up 83-62, and it looks like we will have another one. Marvin Johnson on his way. Or actually, this was the initial foul off of the steal. So the technical foul was put up and made those 2 free throws by Brewer, and now we get back to the original foul that was made against Marvin Johnson. So Johnson will head to the free throw line, and since we're in the double bonus, for 2 automatic shots. Sometimes those fouls are hard to keep your head wrapped around, but he knocks down the first one, and he goes up now 84-62.
And right there, you're seeing Coffeyville they're increasingly getting better at the line this year. I feel like they can break as a team 75+ from the line, especially with Brewer and then Marvin knocking both of those down. They have a bunch of shooters that are good from the line, and especially in key late-game situations, not necessarily in this game, but in late-game situations when you're down, free throws are big.
Yeah, here's Garden City now. Krushenk, the lefty, wants a three. That's no good. Murray on the rebound. Great defense there by Murray, boxing out, going up using his size, and getting the rebound. 3:12 to go in the ballgame. 85-62. Coffeyville inching closer to their 12th win on the year, as well as inching closer down to the win mark for Jay Herkelman, as again, this would now move it within I believe 7 games of the win. So Tevin Brewer just kind of playing with Pearson right now out towards center circle. He hands it off to Benton. Benton's got nowhere. Now he drives. 3 on the shot clock, and he draws the foul. And a great job there by Casey Benton to go down low in the low block, draw the foul. Doesn't make the basket, but he'll shoot 2.
And Casey Benton, another decent free throw shooter. Free throws, like we mentioned, a big part of today's game. And like you mentioned, Shaquille O'Neal, if he would have hit those, second overall in points. That just blows my mind. I did not know that stat. That's a great stat to know.
It is. Well, and intentionally, too, Shaquille O'Neal was always put there because he was bad. I mean, when he had the basketball, it was almost safer to throw him to the free throw line. Now as Garden City gets it off of the miss. The second free throw was no good. They want to dunk, though, and they're going to say Mikal Murray gets charged with the foul there before he gets to the dunk, but trying to slam it down, maybe get some momentum there is Samuels for Garden City. Instead, he'll head to the free throw line for a pair of shots here. 2:43 to go. And at this point, it looks like both of these teams are kind of in cruise control on their way to this one. Looks like Coffeyville's cruising to a victory, and Garden City, you can say almost say the same. It looks like they are cruising to a Coffeyville victory at this point as he misses the first one, 86-62 with 2:43. It looks like they're just coming down trying to maybe stack the stats at this point, but he hits the second one. Nothing wrong with that, especially when you're down by 20. You might as well make your, the best out of something. As Tevin Brewer now will bring it up here for Coffeyville. He's guarded very closely. Nice dribbling there. Gets him away from Kelly for a moment. But now we'll just waste as much of that 30-second shot clock as he can. Gets the screen there from Murray. And Brewer almost has that one pickpocketed away from him. Great job by Crump to pick up the ball. Crump drives, and the basketball comes out of his hands, but Crump gets charged with the charge as he makes his way into the low block. And again, just that one is probably the only one I will agree with tonight. These referees really were quick to call the charge. That one was probably the most deservedly so.
But if you didn't see the call, number 14, Samuels, number 14, he was definitely a blocking foul on Manny Crump. Yeah. And then it led to the charge. Kind of lost his footing is the reason why I think he got the charge.
Yeah, and a nice tip in is Garden City. Puts it up and is Elijah Kelly off of the miss there from Deshaun Woods. So Woods off the miss. Kelly puts it up and in, and a foul on that far side, I believe, from Pearson. I'm not too sure again from this foul. We had mentioned this discussion in game number 1 in the women's game. You're down by 20 and you're fouling as if you're down by 2 with 20 seconds to go. It's you're doing nothing but creating more opportunity for injury for both of these teams as Tevin Brewer will head to the free throw line. Not only that, but you fouled the wrong guy. Tevin Brewer's not the guy to put at the free throw line. Just shy of being perfect from the year, and anybody that's up over 95%, that's a pretty good stat. They have struggled with moisture on the court all game tonight. I'm not exactly sure what the issue is. We normally don't, but Garden City tonight and Coffeyville has asked for a few stoppages to get the drying of the court as Tevin Brewer puts his first one up and he knocks it down, makes it now 87-65 as a couple of fresh legs make their way out there onto the court, including Zedric Lee back out there. He's a return player from last year. Great spirit. Again, probably the biggest heart, great spirit that you have on the court. Doesn't get too much playing time, so you got to love to see when you see Zed Lee out there, as well as Jackson Miller out there as well, number 33, getting his first few moments of the ball game. Anthony Jones, Quan Marshall, that's the subs table. We'll see them coming in here just shortly. 1:50 to go in the ball game. 19 on the shot clock. Here's Krushenk to Samuels. Back up on top of the point guard. The lefty now. He drives. He's guarded closely by Lee. And now he's got to give it off to his man. Back over to the sophomore. Cruikshank drives, beats everybody. Up off the glass. Can't beat the basket, though. Offensive rebound by Pearson. And, okay, again, I'm just very quick to call on the fouls there. I'm not exactly sure where that contact came from, but they're going to say it was a foul on the second chance on Zed Lee. His first one against Lee with 93 seconds to go in this one. At this point, if you're an official, wouldn't you want to get out of here just as much as the guys on the floor?
I mean, you would think so. I don't know. Do they get paid by the hour? That could definitely be one of the things.
They certainly don't get paid by performance. That is no doubt about it. They don't get paid by performance, so they probably are. They're probably here trying to stretch this one out as far as they can. Here is Jacoby Pearson. Pearson puts that one up and in, so he knocks down both of those, making it 88-67. But again, all you got to do is play good clock management here from Coffeyville and waste the 30-second shot clock. Keon Queen gives it right back up to Cruikshank, and that's just a bad pass. Cruikshank up and in. He goes coast to coast, and he puts another 2 points up on the board. 70 seconds to go now, and Cruikshank is charged with the foul there, as Zed Lee will be heading to the free throw line for a couple of shots here. Good to see him get an opportunity to maybe get a basket as well. So that is Cruikshank's fourth. If you're Coffeyville, you'd like to see him just get off the court. I would attack him on the next couple of drives and just try and push him off the court. He has been a disturbance. We talked about it in the pregame. We knew he was going to be an upsetting factor on the offense. He's a return man from last year. Zed Lee does not hit the first one, so he's 0 of 1 there from the trip. I'm surprised, though. Broncbusters, they came into this one 6-6. They look like a team that really has only lost 3-4 games on the year. They look a lot better than their record shows, as Zed Lee does not make either of them, so he goes 0 of 2 that trip. 70 seconds to go in the ballgame. Here's Pearson. He drives for Garden City, and it's swatted away. Keon Queen on the block. And just like that, we are just about 2, maybe 3 pushes up the court from calling this one quits. Quan Marshall gets it to Lee. Lee slings that one over the court to Jones. Jones now with the basketball. Spin move. He's got nowhere to go. Gets it to Miller. Miller now, he's trying to find. He's an island stuck out here close to center. Now gives it to Queen. Queen back up top to Jones. 8 on the shot clock. Here's Jones. Thought about a 3. Instead drives. Kicks it to Miller. Miller jumper from 25 feet. No good. Offensive rebound by Queen. Queen, that one's up and in. And Keon Queen with the putback. 90-69 is our score. 35 on the game clock. 7-second differential between the game and the shot clock. As here is Cruikshank for Garden City. He drives. Left hand does a good job drawing another foul. And again, why foul at this point? You're up by 30. The game could be over, and a foul down low. That one coming on Anthony Jones, his second, and that will send Cruikshank to the free throw line for a pair of shots.
And one of the craziest feats I've seen tonight is Keon Queen. Still hasn't missed a shot. I thought that one was going to miss, but the perfect streak is still going. That's definitely going to help his field goal percentage today. He's doing a great job getting down low, converting down low, and just imposing his will. If he can start doing that more and more, he could crack double-digit scorer. I mean, I know he's definitely going to be a double-digit scorer today, but, you know, he definitely has skill on the down-low block. Most of the time, like you said, he gets in foul trouble, and it just gets to his head. But tonight, he has definitely imposed his will and has done a great job. Down low.
Has played great. Here's Marshall now slinging it down low to Jackson Miller. Miller on the score ledger. You got to love those secondary bench players getting involved and getting on the stat sheet. And that should just about do it. 92-71. And Quan Marshall steps in front of the pass with the steal. That'll do it. Coffeyville now moving to 12-1 on the year. The number 3 team in the nation wraps up their homestead here in the 2018 year with a win. They win tonight 92-71. We'll take a 2-minute step aside. Again, a brief 2-minute break. When we come back here, I will sit on the sideline with Coach Jay Herkelman. I'd like to break down this game in terms of offense and defense. We'll get his input on this game as well as the upcoming weeks, as we do have to take a bit of a break. Well, on Saturday, though, we've got Seward County Community College. We'll go deeper into that. Again, we'll step aside for 2 minutes. When we come back, I'll sit down with Coach Jay Herkelman, and then Matt and I will wrap things up here from Jay Herkelman Court at Nellis Hall. We get the win tonight, 92-71. The guys with the win. The ladies get beaten game number 1. We split the doubleheader with Garden City, but as we wrap it up here, the men with the win, 92-71 here on 98.1 KUSN. We'll be back in 2 minutes with Coach Herc.
Oh, no.
What's wrong?
I'm trying to take care of my banking and the internet's down.
So what's the problem? Just give Dana a call at Community State Bank and she'll take care of it in person.
I don't bank at Community State Bank. It's an online bank. My bank's not just down the street, it's in Well, I'm not really sure where it's at.
Wow, I wouldn't bank anywhere but Community State Bank. They have great online and mobile banking services, so I still do most of my banking online. But when I need it, it's sure great to talk to somebody I know face to face.
Hi, this is Dana from Community State Bank. We offer all the convenience along with the services you want and need, and even throw in a friendly face to help you personally when you need it. Community State Bank, Coffeyville's only locally owned and operated bank.
Keep it simple with great food at great prices. That's what you'll find at Simple Simon's Pizza in Coffeyville. Oh, yes, you'll find great pizza and a whole lot more, like calzones, wings, breadsticks, and sandwiches. Stop in today for a Coffeyville favorite, the Simple Simon's Lunch Buffet. Simple Simon's makes it easy for you to dine in, carry out, or delivery. Simple Simon's Pizza, 807 West 11th in Coffeyville. Simple Simon's, simply delicious.
When it comes to a time of loss, more folks around here trust and rely on the David W. Barnes Funeral Home. It could be because of their compassionate care. It could be because of their guaranteed superior service, or maybe because of their fair and honest prices, or just maybe for all of these reasons, more folks trust the David W. Barnes Funeral Home during a time of loss. The David W. Barnes Funeral Home at 306 North Klein in Coffeyville, an independent, family-owned business.
A time to relax. That's exactly what we want bath time to be at Windsor Place. Throughout the Windsor Place communities, we have created spas with resident comfort in mind. Beautiful colors and interesting decor create soothing environments where our specially trained staff meets individual bathing preferences. We offer a multitude of bathing experiences, from whirlpools and showers to basin and towel baths. To learn more about bathing and other choices available at Windsor Place, call 620-252-4929.
And welcome back out of the break here on 98.1 KUSN, as I'm joined here over on the sidelines with head coach Jay Herkelman. As coach, another good win against a great shooting team, and I think that's a good place to start with tonight, because I don't want you to give me the answer as to what your team did. You got to be able to defend against a good shooting team. Tonight, you guys defended with shooting 10-15% better than them on every aspect of the floor. But Cruikshank, Pearson, Pear, that is a group of shooters on the other end for Garden City. They certainly don't look like a 6-6 team. What was your guys' main focus defensively tonight against a good shooting core?
To guard the drive, because they don't shoot it that good.
So they just came out of nowhere tonight, then, I'll tell you what.
And that's what we talked to the guys about today. As much as we talked about these guys want to drive in, they want to get in the lane and attack us. I said, you do have to respect the three, but they're not a three-point shooting team like Pratt, like Barton, like Northwest Tech, some teams that we have played. And then they come out and start splashing all those threes. So, you know, at halftime we said, hey, I don't know if they can continue to do it, but they're doing it now, so respect it. Let's guard it better. We guarded it better the second half.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, one thing, I know you really tried to hit on this in the offseason, and a full 40 minutes again aside, I am just overly impressed with Keon Queen this season in terms of his turnaround and attitude. 2 personal fouls to finish off this game, but more importantly, he was physical tonight. That's normally not normally your guys' go-to is being the big, strong guy, your shooters, and he was getting in there offensive rebounds. Man, he has really picked up his play on both sides of the ball.
He played well tonight. He's been playing well in conference play. He got it going a little bit on the offensive end. We were finding him, and he was patient when he caught it and made some good moves. And you're right, the part about him keeping his cool, he's working on it. It's still a work in progress, but he's doing so much better than last year. I mean, he's walking away from bad situations where last year he got himself involved in those situations. So he's really trying.
Yeah, and again, I try and come at you with questions that make you talk about improvement, but you had 4 players in double digits tonight. There's not going to be a whole lot of teams that are really going to be able to face you. So let's go ahead and focus on this Saturday. We got Seward County Community College. It's a good distance. It's a good travel. It's your last game of the 2018 season. Really, you got to just, narrow it down. It's in terms of competition, certainly not the hardest that you have faced on this year, but again, a lot of focus. Maybe their minds are on vacation. Maybe they're there. And again, probably a good segue into the next question. How do you keep them focused for that couple of week break for winter?
Well, first thing is the next couple of days, making sure they stay tuned in. Tomorrow we won't do much in practice, but lift and shoot. But yeah, 5-hour and 45-minute trip out there. And Seward's good. I mean, they're big. They're, right behind Hutch, I would say, as far as size and talent out there on the west side. So they're good. It's going to be a tough challenge. I mean, last year when we played them, all 3 times it come down to 3-point games. And we beat them out there 63-60. We beat them here 63-60. We beat them in the Regis tournament, close game. So, I mean, it's going to be hard. It's going to be a real challenge for our guys to go on the road, stay focused because it is the last game, and take care of business. It'll be a challenge for us. Last year, we went to Colby last game before the break. We were up 17 in the first half, and we got beat. So we just this group's been good about staying focused and hearing the message, and hopefully we will one more time. And then, the break thing, it's just what it is. They're going to go home. They're going to get out of shape. I understand that. I want them to enjoy their time with their family when they're home. And when we come back, we'll have a week to get them back into shape. And we understand what the process is.
Hey, good stuff. Again, that's head coach of Coffeyville Community College, Red Ravens men's basketball. They net the win tonight, 92-71. Coach, good luck this Saturday.
Thank you.
Again, this is 98.1 KUSN. We'll take a brief 30-second step aside. When we come back, Matt and I will wrap things up here on Jay Herkelman Court from Nellis Hall. Back in 30 seconds.
Helping you move forward. That's what Coffeyville Community College does. Whether you want to increase your ability to advance at work, learning to earn a 2-year, or just want to expand your horizons, Coffeyville Community College